Get instant news and information.
Flowers are sent. Now let's access the online travel service.
How long have you had this?
About a week. Plane tickets are ordered. Now, let's look up dinosaurs. What do you think? Compton's Encyclopedia or National Geographic?
You get all that with America Online?
Yeah, you can read Business Week online before it hits the newsstand. You know, I can even send email on the internet. And of course, there's my personal favorite, live chat. That's how I met my new kayaking buddies. We'll check that out later, after the game.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Just a reminder that President Trump started his political career by telling all of us that Bill Clinton committed crimes with young women on Epstein Island.
Bill
Listen
Clinton.
to this from 2015.
Nice guy. Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island with Jeffrey Epstein. A lot of problems.
Nobody even knew. Jeffrey Epstein was not a household name at this point. This is President Trump seeding this story for the first time in the mainstream. And then Donald Trump went on to say that Prince Andrew also did the same thing.
The question of Jeffrey Epstein in your
Listen to
remarks
this.
about in the Q&A.
Well, I think he's got a problem. I mean,
what do you think the problem will be?
I don't know, but that island was really a cesspool. There's no question about it. Just ask Prince Andrew. He'll tell you about it. The island was an absolute cesspool.
President Trump has been proven so right on this point, and nobody's ever asked Bill Clinton about it at all. Now the Clintons are liable to potentially be the ones arrested for the Jeffrey Epstein crimes, given the fact that they refuse to answer any questions about it. This is the only time that Bill or Hillary Clinton ever fielded any questions about Jeffrey Epstein.
Any comments on the alleged allegation of your connection with Jeffrey Epstein? No.
I think the evidence is clear, he says, as he looks back at the young questioner, almost like, yeah, Putty, you're going to find yourself in federal lockup too, listening to Hillary Clinton's heels coming down the hallways, twisting and tightening the rope. It's going to be you next. There's a dude who got up and asked Hillary Clinton about this at a public rally.
I get up every day.
Hey, Hillary, why'd your husband visit Epstein Island 26 times?
He was for having the temerity to ask about Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein. He was swarmed by security, had his shirt ripped off, was dragged out of the event by 5 or 6 security guards. This is what happens when you ask the Clintons about Epstein. And there's a reason why they don't want you to know about the Clintons and Epstein, as has been recorded many, many times here. Like, for instance, in the leaked Project Veritas tape, you have one of the most renowned female reporters in all of America at the time, Amy Rohrbach, saying, we have Clinton, we have everybody, we have them all, we have Prince Andrew, is because that's where the actual scandal is. The Clintons are the ones who are going to go to jail for this, not President Trump. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that as hard as they tried to make this all about Donald Trump, it actually is about Bill Clinton. The DOJ released 3 million Epstein files today. Trump has threatened to sue those who lied about him, and he probably will end up winning that suit because, as you can see in the emails, there is not only is Trump exonerated by Epstein himself, he never got a massage, he never did anything wrong. That's what Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell said. This is, of course, like Jeffrey Epstein saying this before he was in penitentiary, before he was locked up, before he knew what was going to happen to him. And Donald Trump now saying that he's going to sue Michael Wolff, an author who straight up is in these emails talking about, colluding about how they were going to smear Donald Trump with Jeffrey Epstein lies. And that's what you actually do find in the files. You find lies about Donald Trump that the authorities deem as totally uncredible, sent in by people who had psychiatric problems. But nonetheless, I want to be fair and cover the fact that Trump's name does appear. You can go look at the documents yourself and you can make your own assessment. But that's what the feds assessed. That's what the DOJ has assessed. Nonetheless, the Bill Clinton story here is quite different. Here's Bill Clinton with victims, scantily clad victims, swimming in a pool with Ghislaine Maxwell. Here's him in a Spy Who Shagged Me shirt with Jeffrey Epstein. They're out with young women. Bill Clinton with young women, more young women, Michael Jackson and young kids. Bill Clinton with young women on the plane, more young women on the plane. Bill Clinton with young women sitting in his lap on the plane. These are the photos in the Clinton file. You won't find any photos like these in the Trump file. But nonetheless, what you're going to find is that Clinton has so much more to hide. And maybe that's why, and Bill Gates, of course, and Prince Andrew got it. Bill Gates Jeffrey Epstein says Bill Gates got STDs from the Russian hookers that he procured for her. And now there are more photos of Bill Clinton out and more photos of Prince Andrew, and they are career ending. Bill Clinton stuffing his face on the Lolita Express. Here you can see with victim with her face blurred. All the victims have their faces blurred in this. So here's Bill Clinton shoving his face full of cake on the Lolita Express in new photographs from the DOJ. Bill Clinton again. Here's Ghislaine Maxwell sitting here taking photos. There's a little puppy too. Very creepy. It's got to be members of Bill Clinton, perhaps staff or security there. You can see Bill Gates again. Bill Gates' marriage destroyed. Apparently, he tried to sneak his wife medicine after getting an STD from the Russians that were procured by Jeffrey Epstein. Bill Gates got it really bad. And now you can sort of see some of these major problems. You have a victim here in Times Square. Here's a victim. It's got to be at least wearing no clothes here. Victim laying down in the reclining on the plane. There were explicit pictures that were accidentally released. They said they were going to blur all of this. And you can sort of see what life was like here at the black boxes, obviously, is where sexually explicit things are going on. Skulls and bones. What were these? Apparently they were part of a Aztec cave in a Central American country. But nonetheless, Bill Clinton all over the place. Jeffrey Epstein with what looks like a very young individual on the plane, framed with a young girl. And then here's Prince Andrews. Goodness gracious. Prince Andrews on all four over a female. You can see here. This is, of course, a man who is used to be in the lineup to potentially be the King of England, laying over a disturbing images. Epstein files Andrew crouching on all fours over a young female lying on the floor. Goodness gracious. There he is. What are you doing, dude? In 3 images, the former prince can be seen crouching over a person sprawled, laying with their arms spread out. I mean, are they drugged? Who knows? Is this some kind of like crazy party thing that they were doing? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's unclear where the images were taken. There's no further context given. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was spotted driving his car away from his estate this morning after the tranche of documents were released. So what do we know about all of this? Well, we just know that we were all right. We were correct. Everything was correct. Look at here's Prince Andrew laying across the laps of, I don't know, half dozen victims here. There you go. That everything was correct. The royal family, corrupt. American politics and presidents, corrupted. Jeffrey Epstein with bags of CIA material in some of these photos. Jeffrey Epstein, obviously an intel asset. For which intel agencies? How about all of them? At this point, right? Goodness, Jeffrey Epstein, creepy photos. Lord Mendelsohn not wearing any pants in some of these photos. He was the former U.S. ambassador to the UK. He's in his underwear along with a young woman in a bathrobe. Mendelsohn claims he has no recollection of the photo, despite files showing Epstein wired $75,000 to accounts linked to Mendelsohn. Goodness gracious. These scumbags. Bill Clinton shoves his face at Epstein party. Stephen Hawking on Jeffrey Epstein Island. This photo is, however, not new. It is old. And you can see, obviously, members of the UK cabinet. And just like stuff, Jeffrey Epstein dancing with a redacted girl. He's the black square. More creepy stuff. Jeffrey Epstein. UK Prime Minister Starmer said Andrew should go testify before U.S. Congress about the Epstein case. Wow. They asked for him to testify. Ranking member says, come clean and provide answers for the survivors. Creepy video of Jeffrey Epstein just like running around chasing women in his kitchen. And they're all like blacked out. So you assume maybe they're not wearing anything. I don't know. They're like all blacked out and running around. Won't find any videos of Trump like this. Again, we've said it before. We said it a million times. If they had the dirt on Trump to end Trump's career, you don't think they would have done it? Don't think they would have done it? They would have ended Trump's career already. Okay? Don't be stupid. This is exactly what they would have done. They had a video like this of Trump, it'd be game over. It'd be very, very bad. They'd release it unredacted, by the way. But here's what we get. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's the breaking news, and that's the truth. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.